What's going on, Workforce? Brian here, and today I thought I'd sit down and just kind of give you guys my second impressions of Final Fantasy XI. That's right, if you guys weren't aware, I've kind of gone back and played a little bit of Final Fantasy XI as of late, and I am really impressed, and also at the same time a little bit concerned about it. To easily kick this off, I think essentially what really shocks me coming back is obviously the game still exists. It's been over 8 years really since I've even kind of given this a lot of thought. And to sit here and actually make a video today telling you guys like, hey, I'm playing Final Fantasy XI. A year ago, I would think I was nuts and be like, no, I'm not playing that game. But they've made a lot of changes, you know. So thanks so much to the community, R5N. Gosh, Vincent, there was, and I have to go through and essentially I'm going to put a couple of more videos together on this. So I'm going to go through and scrub the the Let's Plays that I've done because a certain individual gave me like 2 million gil just for coming to Azura to play, and that is a huge boost. Now, there's obviously a lot of things and a lot of quality of life things that they've improved upon, and that's immediately apparent when you go into the game. Things like Records of Eminence, which they've talked about and I've kind of seen, and I had no concept of what it is. Basically, it feels a little bit, you know, there's going to be a translation here for anybody who's been playing Final Fantasy XIV. Kind of like a challenge log in a way. You can pick up to 30 different things to kind of track and attack, and they're going to be very rewarding. Some are repeatable, some aren't. It's a system that opens up fairly early, and it opens you up to introduce you to various things that the game has, like trusts, which are like your squadrons, in which you can take out and about with you, and then you can automatically have a party ready to go tackle various different, you know, and difficult monsters, which helps with your XP gain, which again, Records of Eminence is feeding you experience. The books are out there feeding you experience. Tons of things are feeding you experience, and so I've been able to gain up a couple of levels on my Blue Mage, which has been a lot of fun, and also the fact that I can go solo these areas that I haven't been able to before. So it's really quite interesting. The game is perfectly flawed. You feel that this game is not, you know, modern in its UI. I think the game and the core of the game feels fun, at least there's a nostalgia, you know, kind of connection there, going through these zones, hearing the music, going to Selbena. Also, by the way, like clicking on all the blue little teleport crystals or the blue home points, you can now warp between these things. Traveling around this world is amazing. It's so easy to get to different places, and I was also able to get my own mount, and so now I can call out my mount whenever I need to. I can get around the world really quickly. I'm, you know, unlocking the the Aethernet is what I'm calling it, you know, in these different zones, and it feels like I can jump around really quick, and then I have a team that I can go if I want to go grind on mobs. It makes me feel more emboldened as a player to be able to try to go and solo this. There's a lot of tips and tricks, and there's some guides that are out there, and I'm debating on making my own. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that kind of content. But for the most part, like, it is, like I said, perfectly flawed, and it makes me, there's definitely videos and ideas that it's giving me for like different things, like what Final Fantasy XIV can learn from 11. And I don't want 14 to become 11. I would love for 14's UI to go and just sit on top of 11. The UI, you feel it, the menus, you feel it. And I think it essentially makes me really want to beg Square Enix to be able to say, can you just spend a little time, update the UI, maybe get rid of the play online thing, and then just bring this game like to Xbox and PlayStation 4. That would be huge to see this on console. Heck, even Switch. I bet Switch could easily run this game. That would be so interesting. They took it off of the 360. It's not supported in the United States for PlayStation 2. It's just a PC game. But there's a game there. There's this world there, and you have to hack it. You have to go into her if you're really going to get involved and play it. And I just go, man, if they would update the UI, if they would give me, oh man, if they did some kind of just general Square Enix subscription thing, that would be epic. I would totally be happy to continue both 11 and 14, because they're two separate games. And 11 is very mature in what it offers. And from that perspective, it brings up a critical question, and I don't know if I'm going to do a separate video on this just topic itself, but I'm enjoying my time in 11 more than I am in Eureka. And I need to go back and spend some time in Eureka now to get a little bit better context of that. but the world, you know, is dangerous. You know, you bring your squad with you where you go now, and that is very helpful. To be able to get around quickly is also very helpful. I think solves a lot of the pain points. I think if I was literally going to ask for 3 things: updated UI. You don't need to tell me how to complete quests in 11, but you need to tell me where they start, just in the map and on the just as I'm running around. That would be a huge change. What they did it in 14 with a little plus symbol to say, hey, this is going to unlock a feature for you. That would be a piece de resistance for in and of itself. The records of eminence, again, is something that people absolutely need to get into. Trusts you have to get into. Touch every blue crystal you see, absolutely get into. So lots of running around and travel. But I love it. I am really impressed by what they've done over the last 8 years. And it makes me go, and I have never said this. I've never really even thought it. Like, it makes me really want to see them continue to support this game and modernize it without losing its charm and without losing its sense of wonder and danger. I go in, and again, I think a lot of it ties into a sense of nostalgia that, you know, I played that game for 7 years, played it from 2002, not 7 years straight. So by the time I left, 14, I left playing 11, said I'm done, hung up my my boots, and went over into 14. And it was really quite like, you know, and I've played 14 ever since, and I love 14, and I still love 14 and going to continue to play it. But I think there's some things that these two games can really benefit from each other, and I don't have any concept or clue if that is even in the cards possible, or if other people even want that same thing. They've talked about Final Fantasy XI Mobile to the point where they've literally not talked about it, and so we're left just wondering, hoping, praying, speculating, and concerned a little bit. And at that point in time, it makes me wonder, like, what does the future for 11 hold? And I don't know. I'd love to know your thoughts here. I have to say that as a longtime player, I don't know if I could personally recommend you going in and jumping into 11, having never played it. But if it's been a while since you've played it and you've got the itch, come join me on Azura, and we can figure this thing out together. There's so much content. I went ahead and bought the expansion Seekers of Adeline. As my voice cracks, and I haven't done any of the content yet, but it's like I went ahead and purchased that. I'm gonna go check out Geomancer and Rune Fencer, 2 new jobs. But then I look at all my jobs, and it's like, no, there's things that I could totally level that aren't really leveled, and I'd love to go and kind of spend some time with those. I've been working on Blue Mage, level 32 now. My highest job was White Mage at 77, and that's when they broke the 75 cap and shifted over here. So there's just so much there to do, and my wife is joining me again. So Julie's going to come and play some Final Fantasy XI. I'm working on recovering her account, but it's it's installing on the computer. We're hoping to check that out together. It's where we started playing back in the day, and that's kind of where it's like, man, it'd be really cool if this was on PlayStation 4 and on Xbox. The fact that they left 360, I'm fine with. But it would be really neat to see if they decided to keep supporting it. And I don't know. I don't know if there's a market there. I don't know what the numbers show. I don't know what it is. But the fact is that Yoshi P is in charge of it. And that's really cool. And we'll have to see where it goes. Anyway, guys, this is my thoughts, my rambling, craziness about Final Fantasy XI. I'd love to know where you fall. Have you played it? Are you interested in me talking about it a little bit more? Are you interested in guides and various other things about it? I've definitely got my interest peaked, and it definitely makes me ask some really interesting questions as it especially relates to 14. I've long been a proponent of bringing back the conquest system, and I think it would benefit 14 in so many ways, especially when it comes to the grand companies. And it's really cool. I'm participating in conquest. I'm not, it's just this passive content that you're participating in, and it's awesome. But that's just me. Anyway, I can hear a plane flying overhead. Guys, that means it's time to wrap up. Thanks so much for watching this video. My name's Brian, and this is Work To Game. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care. Hey, it's me. Thanks so much for watching this video. You should click here to subscribe, and here to maybe check out some more of our videos. So again, thanks for watching. We hope you like this video. We hope you subscribe and join our community. Let us know in the comments below what you think, and we'll see you next time. Bye.